welcome back everyone. This is GTA Failure. Let's jump right in. We've got a busy Spring 2 in front of us. We're going to load our current game. Be careful not to hit this button right up here, which deletes your file. The very first thing in my recommended steps every day is to save your file, and there's instructions on how to do that in one of the links in the video description below. I'll hit escape again just to pause time. We have a mandatory fishing goal of reaching fishing level 2 by the end of the day. And in fact, this is my second time recording this particular video, and I did not meet that goal the first time I recorded the video. So I made some slight tweaks to make it easier to meet that goal, and we're going to try this again. Okay, so here we are with the sheet, again linked below. So make a copy of the save folder. I've done that already. And then it says choose the mushroom cave. What the heck does that mean? I don't know. Let's go outside. Okay, so here is a cutscene with Clint. I'm just going to speed through this. Feel free to read, but ultimately this is going to give us the blueprint for making a furnace. And the reason Clint is here today is because we bought some of his ore yesterday. And that's why we did it, is so that we would have furnaces today, which will allow us to upgrade our tools beginning today. Okay, so next up is this unskippable meeting with Demetrius. And Demetrius is going to give us a choice between mushrooms and fruits. And you can read and do your research. I recommend mushrooms, but if you want the fruit bats, that's okay too. And then we hit escape, saving time right here. And it says drink coffee and then check the mail. So let's do that. So escape, 6, right click, and then drink the coffee, and then we'll go check the mail. And I'm going to be kind of quite neurotic here about going through and accomplishing these tasks in as little game time as possible, because I just ran out of time in the video, my first attempt at this video for Spring 2. Okay, so feel free to read the newsletters here, or the mail, I guess. I'm just going to hit escape. None of these is all that important for us except for the one that unlocks the fishing. So not that, not that, not that. Yeah, okay, so this one is the penalty. We lost 437 gold because we didn't go to bed and we passed out at 2 a.m. Not a big deal. I think that you lose either 10% of however much money you have or 1,000 gold, whichever is less. And so because money is so easy for us to come by with the telephone glitch, I'm not at all worried about losing 1,000 gold every day. I'd like to use all of the available time, and I pass out at 2 a.m. just about every day. Okay, so here is the message that's important. This is Willie the fisherman, and he says we should go down to the beach, and he's got something for us. Well, that's pretty exciting. Okay, so the next thing to do, it says, well, let's hit escape here. So the next thing in the steps is to craft 5 furnaces and place them near the parsnips and make just 5 iron bars. So if we come up here to crafting, we can see that the furnace is here, and it's grayed out because we don't have the copper ore or the stone. That's why those things are in red. It's because those 2 ingredients are not in our backpack, but they are in the chest, so we're just going to be able to make it. But without Clint giving us the blueprint, this furnace wouldn't be here at all. It just wouldn't. It didn't exist in our crafting menu yesterday. So let's open the chest, and we need, we'll grab the coal, we'll grab the stone, we will grab some ore, and I think that's good. Let's put some of the stuff away that we're not going to be using. Okay, cookies, and I think a parsnip seed. All right, I think that's pretty good. Escape, escape. Again, being very aggressive with letting time run down. Okay, so now the furnace is no longer grayed out because we do have copper and stone in our backpack, and the step in my spreadsheet said make 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you could have held shift and then just clicked 1 time. And then it says place these things and start making some ore. So let's do that. So we're going to place them right here. And 5 in a row. And then we're going to make 1 set of, one set of iron ore. So this only works because we have coal in our backpack. So if you don't have coal in your backpack, make sure you put it there. It takes 5 iron ore to make 1 iron bar in a furnace. And so that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm just going to left click on each of these things. We just lost 5 sets of 5 iron ore, and in about an hour and a half of game time we will have an iron bar coming out of each of those furnaces. And then we'll grab those iron bars and move on to the next step. So what are we supposed to do here? Well, we're supposed to water the parsnips, and that takes time. And while that time is passing, might as well be productive here with these iron bars because they do take time to generate. Okay, so let's go water some parsnips. 5. Okay, so watering each of the spots. Again, you can see whether or not a spot is watered by looking at the shade of brown. And as soon as that coffee runs out, I'll get some more coffee, and our water is going to run out momentarily. So I'm heading towards the pond here, and then I'll run far away from the pond and keep watering. And all of these parsnip seeds, they grew. So this is like the second stage of parsnip growth. And if you water the parsnips every day, then you will have brand new parsnips to harvest on day number 5. And so we're actually going to harvest all of these crops on 5 spring. Didn't need to fill up the water bottle there, or the watering can there, because I wasn't empty, but I was right next to the pond. So why not? And I think I might have mentioned before that watering is not my favorite Stardew activity, and so my theory crafting came up with this plan here with 64 parsnips, and we will water these things 3 times altogether. This is watering number 2 of these parsnips. I think we're all set there. And let's drink some coffee here. This is our second of 3 waterings of the parsnips. And it'll rain tomorrow. It's guaranteed to rain on spring 3, and then on spring 4 we will water those 64 tiles one last time, and then we will never again have to manually water. We're going to have sprinklers to save the day after we harvest this batch of parsnips on the 5th. So that's the plan. Let's go up, and I just pushed the 1. You can actually change which one will have the focus even in this pause menu. We're going to go retrieve our furnaces. So it says here, take the furnaces and then empty the backpack except for a particular list of stuff. So we'll take our axe to the furnaces, and that will give us the bar and also the furnace. Okay, cool. All right, so let's head right up here. You could give a gift to the carpenter right there, a gift of coffee, and that will make her friendship with you increase a little bit. And I did that in my first playthrough of this day. But I ran out of time at the end of the day, so we're not doing that. We're just going to greedily do all the required tasks only so that we have plenty of time for fishing. Okay, so what are the things that we need with us here? Let's see. It says that we need something. The 3 tools, the phone, the food, and the... Actually, we don't even need the phone. Yeah, I don't think we need the phone. Let's delete that. Okay, food, coffee, stone, wood, ores, and charcoal. All right, so let's grab all of those things. So wood, charcoal, yeah, I think we've got everything we need, actually. Yeah, this is good. You can get rid of the watering can. That will give you 1 extra space. You can get rid of the scythe and the pickaxe. But we are going to keep a couple of the tools here. Make sure that you have the axe or the pickaxe, because we'll need to retrieve the furnaces later on. Okay, so let's head out. Let's leave the farm to the east. I guess I'll show you the next step here. It says drink coffee, leave the farm to the east, go to the general store, buy the backpack and a recipe. So we've still got coffee working here for another minute 5, and when that runs out, we'll drink some more coffee. The general store opens up at 9 o'clock, so this is pretty efficient in terms of getting here as early as possible. Let me in. Okay, so we'll buy the backpack for 10,000, so that gives us the maximum number of spots in our backpack, 36. You can see they're all available now. And then it said buy 1 recipe, the grass starter recipe. That will allow us to craft grass starter in the future instead of buying it here. Okay, then it says go find Willie. So let's do that. So Willie is a fisherman, and he's got his house over by the ocean. So let's head right over here to this fence and then straight down, which will take us across the bridge. And as soon as we get across the bridge, we'll get to a skippable cutscene. I'll let it play out just for the sake of the content, but we will skip through the dialogue, so feel free to pause the screen if you want to read what Willie has to say. But ultimately we're here because we want Willie to give us a fishing rod. Excellent. So this is Willie's shop where you can buy fishing related stuff. You can also sell fish there if you felt like it. And it's open certain hours of the day. And we are going to go, if it smells, it sells. Words to live by. All right, so we are going to go into Willie's shop right now, but we do have a fishing rod, which is pretty cool. So escape here, and it says buy 100 trout soup. Let's do that. So there's our fishing rod, the bamboo pole. Excellent, excellent. And we go in, and you could give Willie coffee, but I don't have time for that. I just need to fish, and more fish. Okay, so we need 100 trout soup. We'll plop it right there. Trout soup has the same, kind of benefits as the salad in that it refills energy and health, but the trout soup also comes with a +1 fishing buff. You can see it there, and that's going to be important for us in terms of making us better fishermen and fisherwomen, fisher people. Okay, so it says look for a fishing hotspot and fish at the ocean. So we're probably not going to find a fishing hotspot, but I am looking for anything in the ocean that looks a little bit different, any tiles that look a little bit different. While we're fishing, we're actually going to make some bars because we do need 5 copper bars at least. Place 5 furnaces and make copper bars while fishing. All right, sorry to make you watch me do this. This is the magic behind the scenes. Times New Roman. There we go. At 1 p.m. retrieve furnaces, drink coffee, and walk to the blacksmith. Okay, so let's make some copper bars because we'll need them for our first upgrade. So equals here to place our furnaces right there, and then let's make some copper bars just like that. So we need at least 5 of these things. You could have more, that's fine. And then fishing. So there is a little fishing mini game that will pop up, and I'll describe more about it once it shows up. But oftentimes you have to wait for 5, 10, maybe a little more seconds before the sound plays and the word hit shows up on the screen. So I'm waiting for that to happen. Not going to get distracted by my copper bars there. Oftentimes doesn't take this long. Oh, I should drink I should eat the trout soup or drink the trout soup. Did I miss it? I don't know. Maybe I missed it. All right, let's, nope, not the salad. I want the soup. Okay, and while we're fishing, it's a good time to do the copper bar thing. Okay, and then back to fishing. So let's try this again, shall we? Okay, there it is. All right, so just trying to keep the fish in the bar. If the fish leaves the bar, then the progress bar on the right slows down or drops down. I think this is our first, because it's our first fish, the bar on the right wasn't dropping down. If you can keep the fish in that little green rectangle the whole time, then you get a perfect catch, which increases your experience by double what it normally would be. Am I missing the... Like I don't have the sound on, so I'm not hearing the sound cue, but maybe I'm just missing. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so this fish is, I think this might actually be an eel. No, it's not an eel because I think the eels only come in the rain, but this fish is aggressively trying to get away, which is downright rude. Fish, stay right here, please. So the fishing game gets easier with practice because your skill with this little mini game improves, but also tomorrow we'll get a much better, whatchamacallit, much better fishing rod with a bigger rectangle, so that'll make things easier for us. Okay, but every time we catch a fish, the little progress bar there increases by a certain amount, and our goal is to reach fishing level 2 by tonight. It's pretty much mandatory for my plan because tomorrow is guaranteed to be a rainy day. Spring 3 is always rainy, and there's certain fish that only show up when it rains. There we go, perfect. So we're gonna get double the experience on that one. That is excellent. And oops, and maybe we'll fish. Come on now, I'm fishing the wrong way. Oh, that was not the plan, but it landed. So getting the perfect is quite difficult for me with this bamboo rod. And again, it'll be easier tomorrow with the fiberglass rod. So do what you can. It's not required to get like perfection on every catch here, but it does help the experience bar go up twice as fast, which is great. Speaking of the experience bar, that's the one mod that I have downloaded is that graphical thing in the top left. Oh man, I already messed it up. I could have just stayed at the bottom. Which shows you not just your current level, but also how close you are to the next level. Whereas if you come up here and you just go to your skills, all you can see is that we're on that we have made it to fishing level 1, but it doesn't show you how close you are to fishing level 2. Whereas mine, why does it say that? I'm confused. Actually, didn't realize. I don't know why it was like a different color. Maybe this means you're really close to level 1. I'm not sure. We achieved level 1 foraging at the end of the first day. So maybe this means we're close. But anyway, I like the little graphical thing there, but you don't need the mod in order to follow my walkthrough. You can just, if I'm saying you got to get to fishing level 2, then just come back here into the skills every once in a while and just see if you've made it. Okay, so it's real close to 1 o'clock. And it says at 1 o'clock, retrieve the furnaces, drink some coffee, and walk to the blacksmith. So let's do that. So we retrieve the furnaces by hitting them with an axe. All of them here, and then we'll drink some coffee, which is number 6. And then heading over to the blacksmith. And not getting distracted by anything else because it is mandatory that we get to fishing level 2. So really hyper-focused on doing nothing else. Even in my previous video attempt, I grabbed that little flower. And now no more fooling around, not grabbing that flower. We're just headed right to the blacksmith. And we'll talk to the blacksmith, won't even give him a gift. Okay, it says buy 500 charcoal, 500 copper, 500 iron. So let's do that, shop. So again, holding Control Shift and then holding right click to quickly buy 500 of these things. Nothing magical about these numbers, but it's how much money we can afford these. Given that we made the 50 phone calls yesterday. Okay, and then the other thing it says is upgrade the axe. So hit escape and then right click again and then upgrade tools. So you are able to upgrade a bunch of your tools, and the cost of an upgraded axe is 2,000 gold, easy, and then 5 copper bars. So we needed to have the furnaces in order to make the copper bars, and we needed to get the recipe for the furnaces in order to get access to those furnaces for crafting. So let's upgrade the copper axe. He says he'll get started on it and it should be ready in a couple of days. That literally means 2 days. So today is the 2nd, on the 4th, and we will get a message when we wake up saying your upgraded copper axe is ready. So upgrading your tools allows you to accomplish tasks faster. So with the normal axe, I think it takes 10 chops in order to chop down a tree, but with the copper axe, it will only take 8 chops. And also, the copper axe is able to break some things that the normal axe can't. So for example, there's a large stump on our farm just next to the pond where we've been filling up our watering can, and we can't break it with the normal axe. But as soon as we get this copper axe back in 2 days, then we will be able to break that stump. Okay, and part of our strategy here is to do a tool upgrade every other day as fast as possible. Okay, head to the saloon and let's make some purchases here. And again, keeping an eye on my coffee buff, my speed buff. That's this one here. So we've got another minute of coffee, and as soon as that runs out, we'll drink another coffee. Okay, so heading into the saloon, it opens at noon. And let's buy some stuff from Gus. So we want 1 beer for a birthday. So grab it right there. And then we want 500 salads and 500 coffee. So 500 salads. That will take care of our energy needs for quite some time. Throw them on the pile. And then 500 coffee, which will keep us walking quickly for a long time. And then it also says buy all the recipes. So in order to get a perfection rating in this game, you need to cook every single dish available. And in order to know how to cook a dish, you need to buy the recipe. So for example, here the hash browns, you can see the ingredients are 1 potato and 1 oil. And once you cook the hash browns with those 2 ingredients, you can eat the crispy and golden brown hash brown that results. And that will give you 90 energy and 40 health and a +1 farming boost. I guess that's a temporary farming boost, a buff. You can't cook until you have a kitchen in your house, and the kitchen will come for us on Spring 4. That's the first upgrade that we've bought from the carpenter yesterday. Okay, but for right now, just so that we have access to all of these cooking options, we will buy every single recipe there, no problem. Give a gift of coffee to all in the saloon. No, we don't have time for that. We're fishing. That's all we're doing. Okay, it says craft 5 more furnaces and set up the furnaces below 1 willow lane. So if you hit escape, you can pull up the map right here. I'll hit escape here. You can also pull up the map by just hitting the M key. And shows you where you are. So we're right here. We're standing right next to the saloon. Just to the north of the saloon is the general store, and we're heading to 1 willow lane, which is right here. And we're going to set up some furnaces, and we're going to do some fishing right here in the river between now and when we pass out at 2 a.m. So let's head out this way and make our way down to one of my favorite fishing spots, at least for river fishing anyway. And right here, we're going to craft 5 more furnaces. So I'll hold shift and then left click one time. And there's the furnaces. I'll plop them right there, and then we're going to put them down. Now, it's important that you put these furnaces in a place where they're not going to get walked on by any of the residents of Pelican Town, because if they walk on any of your stuff just gets destroyed. So I'll put it on the grass and not on the walkway there. Okay, so let's start putting some stuff down right here. So I'll put all these things down and just trying to do some crafting while we fish. Okay, so let's make some bars. We'll start with some iron bars. So we've got 5 iron bars and 10 copper bars. The copper bars take about half the time to smelt as the iron bars do, so let's just do a bunch of iron bars in the beginning here. Try not to get too distracted by this task, because really my focus is fishing level 2. That's it. So let's fish. Okay, so I'm going to try not to talk too much while I'm doing the fishing mini game, because I think it's real important to get as many perfect catches as possible to get the experience to go up twice as fast. So very close to fishing level 1. It'll take longer to get to fishing level 2. And hoping for, there it is. And after all that, I think you do get a little bit of experience for catching algae, but not as much as catching fish. We need fish. And I do like that the furnaces are doing work in the background while we're spending time waiting for fish. No need to get the coffee buff going here because we're not moving around much, but we will keep that fishing buff when it runs out. We'll drink some more trout soup. So you can see we just rolled over to fishing level 1 from the last couple of catches that we made. The trout soup buff just disappeared. So let's drink some more. Oops. Let's have some more trout soup. And then back to fishing. If you can get the bobber to land in the darker area, I think that's called like zone 5 in terms of fishing, and the catches are better. I don't know if that means catches are faster or if I got distracted there by all this stuff. I don't know if that means the catches are faster. What's happening here? Do I not have any gold? Oh, I'm holding the wrong thing. I need to be holding this. But I think you get like higher quality catches or something from getting out to the better zones. So might as well try hitting max and then holding left. But you can see we can't quite get there, but when we have the better rod tomorrow, we should be able to get to the darker sections of water. Okay, so what's the rush for getting to fishing level 2 here, and why am I remaking this entire video? Well, like I mentioned, Spring 3 is a guaranteed rain day, and there's not that many rain days. Hang on. Dang it, fishy. So there's not that many, the rain days don't happen that often, and Spring 3 is guaranteed to rain. And there are certain fish that only show up when it's raining, and we need to catch all those fish. And in fact, we need to catch multiple eels. And they only show up when it rains. And so my plan is to hardcore catch those rain-only fish tomorrow. But to make it much easier to catch those fish, we want a better rod. In particular, there's a catfish that will show up in the river only on rainy days. And I don't know that I've never caught a catfish with this rod. I want the fiberglass rod. Thank goodness, a perfect catch. Let's go. Um, so the reason I want the fiberglass rod is that the green rectangle that you're trying to keep the fish inside of is bigger when you have an upgraded rod. And so the catfish like jumps all around in this vertical space like much more rapidly than the fish you're seeing here today. There was a chest there that showed up. We'll talk about that in a second, but we got another perfect catch, so we're doing awesome here. We'll grab those bars in a sec. Nice. All right, and you can see the progress bars here are really they're going up. The progress bar is going up quick now with these perfect catches, which is awesome. This is going much better than in my first attempt at this video. Okay, so I think I was saying something important. What was I saying? That I don't think I can catch the catfish with this rod. The catfish just moves too aggressively, and I'm not able to keep it inside of the small rectangle with this rod. Even with the bigger fiberglass rod, which we'll get tomorrow, it's still hard for me to catch catfish. I definitely don't have 100% catch rate with the catfish. And I'm not even talking about getting the catfish with a perfect rating. I'm just talking about catching it. But the fact is, we don't need 100% success rate with the catfish. You just need one catfish for our purposes. So that's the reason for the hardcore push. Let's go ahead and change. Let's change these things and make some more bars. So this is the reason for the big push to fish to level 2 today, is that level 2 unlocks the fiberglass fishing rod and also bait, which will make fishing quicker in the future. So that's the goal. If you play through, if you're really following me and playing along with me, and you play through and you don't get to level 2, if you don't get to level 2 fishing by the end of the day, you got choices. I mean, you can just continue playing through and not spend the rainy day trying to catch those fish, or you could try to catch them, and maybe you'll have better luck with the catfish than I did. And you can maybe catch a catfish on a future rainy day. It's just not predictable when that rainy day will be. Dang it. All right, so now I'm going to try to get the this bar here, the chest, because I messed up my perfect thing. So if you get the chest, you get some goodies. And the goodies can be quite good. In this case, just 2 wood. There's hardly anything to write home about, so we'll take them. If you don't click on it and you just click OK, then you don't get what was in the chest. You only get what's in the chest if you actually successfully catch the fish. But the reason I focused on the chest there was, well, the potential for something really good. But more importantly is that if you catch the fish and the chest, then your experience multiplies by 2.2. And again, that's all that I'm focused on here, is just making sure that I get to level 2 fishing. If you happen to get a perfect catch and the chest, then I think the multipliers multiply together. So times 2 for the perfect catch, and then times 2.2 for the chest, which would be amazing. I think I've only done that one time. It was a good day. All right, let's go ahead and make some more bars. We've got 5 hours before we pass out at 2 a.m. And I'm feeling confident that we're going to get to level 2 fishing here, so I have time to fool around with these bars. All right, our fishing buff just disappeared. Let's re-establish it, and then more fishing. Yeah, so if you don't happen to get to level 2 fishing on this day, you can either reset the day, which is what I did, or you can just keep going and do your rain catching another day. Oh, I thought I had a perfect there. I was going to be all excited. I thought maybe that would have been the second time ever that I got a perfect catch and got the treasure chest at the same time. No luck. Okay, but I think we are getting very close now to our desired level 2 fishing. You can see the progress bar is almost full. I think the next catch will do it for us. Doesn't even have to be perfect anymore. And hours to spare. Okay, outstanding. And you can see we're at level 2 there. Even if you didn't have the fancy mod installed, you can just come up here to your skills and you can see that you're, it says level 3. Oh, I guess it's 0. I guess this is 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why it's, oh, I understand now. It's green because I've got my temporary fishing buff here. So I'm really at level 2 fishing, according to my skill bars over here, but temporarily a +1 to level 3. That's why it's green and not the normal color, this brownish thing. I get it. I understand stuff. Okay, according to the spreadsheet, what we're supposed to do now is just pack up our furnaces and head back to the farm and do some more clearing. There's no need to do any more fishing, but I'm going to wait for my iron bars to finish smelting before I leave. So we might as well just fish here until that is done. But I'm pretty stoked that we got this to work here. I wish I would have gotten it the first time around. All right, so maybe I can come up here and grab this chest. If you leave the fish for so long that the green bar on the right goes all the way to the bottom there, you can see it decreasing, then you lose the fish and you don't get credit for the chest either. Okay, cool. So we got the fish, we got the chest, and 2 frozen geodes, which is a pretty cool reward. Normally you couldn't get this until you're pretty far into the mine, which isn't even unlocked yet for us. Okay, cool. Okay, so I think we'll actually take off now because these things are wrapping up. Oh, tell me I didn't bring something that will... I didn't. How did I not do that? I brought the hoe and not the pickaxe. I think I didn't follow my own instructions. It says here, keep 3 tools. Yeah, I didn't do that. Can't believe I left that. All right, so that just means that we're going to leave these furnaces here, which it is what it is. I'm not going to remake the video, but I will take all of these things. In fact, I'll even make some more of these here, which will be ready for us tomorrow. And now time to head back to the farm for whatever the last step is here. It says collect the furnaces and head to the farm to clear more area while making bars. So we're making bars. We're just not going to be near them while we do our thing here. I wonder if we're even going to be able to... Oh, I should... something. I should drink my coffee here to move quickly to the farm. I wonder if we're even going to be able to get in. So this is the southern entrance. There's 3 entrances, exits to the farm. This is our first time coming in from the south. I wonder if we're going to be able to get there. It might not even be walkable. I can't get through... This doesn't, oh, it does. Okay, cool. I didn't know if the hoe would allow us to clear the grass. All right, so heading on up here, our farm is doing great on its own. Let's empty a bunch of stuff out. And might as well sell those 2 things. But we need to we'll get rid of that, and we'll get rid of this. Oh, we'll keep this. Get rid of this. But we do need our tools here. So this pickaxe and the scythe, that's cool. Might as well take the watering can. All right, I think that's good. Let's sell a couple of things here. All right, and we do have an hour 50 to hack away at some stuff. So I'll put things in my normal order again, which is the pickaxe in 2 and the scythe in 3. Okay, so I might as well just start breaking some rocks and some grass here as we have a little bit of time left in the day. So just hitting 2 and 3 to switch between these 2 tools here. Oops. Okay, we'll keep on trucking. I can't do anything with the wood. Can't chop down the trees. Only the stones and the grass. So the scythe doesn't use any energy, so a little bit better to use that for the grass than to use the pickaxe for the grass. The scythe can also chop multiple things of grass at once. Here I'll show you that this this 2x2 thing here we can't break. We need to upgrade our axe first in order to break that one. And yeah, just keep on doing stuff until we pass out at 2 o'clock. And ultimately, which parts of the farm you clear don't much matter. We're not going to be doing. What can I do? Can't see here. Not going to be doing anything with these parts of the farm for a long time, but might as well just clear it and use up all available time as we're able. And as usual, right after you pass out and it says your progress is saved, that's when you should go ahead and make a backup copy of your save file, your save folder. And I like to rename those save folders so that it'll say done spring 1, done spring 2, etc., just so that I can always go back and restore a particular day if I feel like I've messed things up. Okay, so we leveled up to level 1 fishing. That was easy, but then level 2 fishing, that was the goal. Bait is important for us, but really level 2 means that Willie will sell the fiberglass rod. That was the key. Okay, so we did sell 2 things, made another 7,000 gold. Easy, easy, especially when you're a cheater like we are. And now progress is saved. So I'm going to hit escape here and then end this video, and I will also make my own save file so that I can redo that day or come back to this point right here at the start of day 3 anytime I want. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.